Good afternoon, everybody. We continue to track our tropical storm, and in terms of our headlines for this afternoon, we are going to be dealing with some rain. It's going to be those brief, heavy rain bursts and downpours. We can pick up about a half an inch to an inch of rain in a short period of time. I do think rain totals for the valley will probably end up less than an inch, but keep in mind, in some towns, we may end up picking up a lot of that in a short period of time. The winds will start to ramp up. I think the strongest winds will be between about 3, 4 o'clock and maybe 9 or 10 o'clock. We could have gusts to about 50 miles per hour, and I do think wind is going to be the biggest issue as we go into the afternoon, and we can't rule out a couple of isolated storms that could drop down or produce a tornado. So a tornado threat is there, although we are not under a tornado watch yet. A tornado watch, of course, simply means that conditions are conducive for storm development. We had a tornado warning earlier this morning, but as far as we know, there's been no damage with that. Okay, as of 11 o'clock this morning, we had winds with this storm still at 70 miles per hour, and it is chugging along fast. It's already just to the northwest of Philadelphia, and it's going to be to our north by 8 o'clock. It's going to carve a path just to our west. That puts us on the wind side of things as opposed to the soaking rains. But here it is this morning, storm system moving right up through the nation's capital. And now again, it's just to the northwest of Philadelphia. And you can see this swath of moisture. It's generally lining up to our west. But you see these bands that extend south of Long Island? These are the bands that are going to rotate in as we go into the afternoon. And within these bands, we could have some severe weather as well. And we're going to have widespread strong gusty winds as the storm center comes close to us. Keep in mind, at the center of it, we still have gusts to 70, and those winds around it extend pretty far out. The yellow box here, this is where we have tornado watch. That is for coastal Connecticut down into the mid-Atlantic because we've had several tornado warnings already. No watch for us. We'll see if that changes as we go into the afternoon, though. These red boxes here, these are flash flood warnings, basically confined to where it has just been absolutely pouring out across the mid-Atlantic. Zeroing into Western Mass, right now we don't have much, but look at this heavy downpour right now in Berkshire County out towards Standisfield right here, and it's moving across Berkshire County. We've had a lot of rain this morning, while in the valley we just had a few of those downpours. We do have a flash flood watch. It does include Greater Springfield still, because keep in mind, just because we might not get 4 or 5 inches of rain, if you get a half inch in a short period of time, that can lead to some ponding on the roadways. So we're thinking about a half an inch to an inch in the valley, 1 to 3 for Berkshire County, and the bullseye for rain is going to be off to the west, out towards Albany, out across New York State. What about the wind right now? It's not that strong, but it is going to ramp up steadily as we go into the afternoon. And there's your tornado watch for coastal Connecticut and down towards Long Island. On that scale of severe weather on 1 to 5, we're at 2, which means, yes, we could end up with a couple of strong storms this afternoon. And look at it down towards New York City. Enhanced, it's a 3. Our window of opportunity of picking up severe weather is between now and about 5 or 6 o'clock. And then that will drop because the storm will be moving to our north. We'll still have to deal with those widespread winds at that point. So I think the show, in terms of the rain for the valley, combination rain and wind, is going to be between about 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. So right around dinner time, that's when we could have perhaps a severe storm as well. Then the rain lifts as the storm heads out, and then things begin to quiet down as we go into the overnight. But let's just take a look at our wind gust. This brings us to about 1 o'clock, while the wind's gusting to maybe 25 miles per hour. But let me advance it up to about 4 or 5 o'clock. As the storm is passing just to our west, we could have those winds gusting perhaps 50, 55 miles per hour. Then around 7 or 8 o'clock, as the storm heads to the north, the winds swing around into the southwest, and the wind will start to diminish at that point. As we go into the overnight tonight, the winds will tail off as the storm races away, and then much better weather for tomorrow and going forward. So it will be a stormy afternoon. I still think the biggest problem we're going to have this afternoon, a concern, is going to be the winds, widespread wind gusts that'll be strong, and then we have to watch out for those cells that could drop a strong to severe storm, which could produce a tornado. Not saying we're going to get one, but just something we have to be on the lookout for as we head into the afternoon. And of course, we'll be here all afternoon and evening with team coverage.